Hello, good day to you and welcome to VOS Weekly News Magazine, where we keep you updated with a review of our weekly reports, events and happenings across the shores of the nation. I am Blessing Peter. Let's begin with politics. Following the governorship electioneering victory, Edo State Governor and Senator representing Edo North Senatorial District, Senator Monday Okpebholo, on Thursday, took a bow from the Nigeria Senate. Jude Aweke was at the valedictory section held in honor of the governor at the floor of the Senate in Abuja, the nation's capital.
The seat of Edo Central Senatorial District is hereby declared vacant.
The occupant of the seat is now the #1 citizen of Edo State. He arrives here at the Senate to bid farewell to his colleagues as he begins another journey in his political career.
He showcased himself as a man of honor.
Encomiums flow. Senator Monday Okpebholo's humility, the legislators say, speaks volumes. Most laudable, according to his colleagues, is the sprouting dividends of democracy in Edo State, just less than a month of Okpebholo's assumption of office as governor.
He showcased himself as a man of honor, a very humble person, someone that is always showing dedication to any duty assigned to him.
For His Excellency Monday Okpebholo to be able to harness this level of intelligent men to work in his cabinet, it shows very clearly that he's actually facing and working towards the right direction.
I think distinguished Senator Monday, now His Excellency the Governor of my great state, the heartbeat of the Nigerian nation, is the only one, to my recollection, who has had the fortune of seeking to be elected as a senator for the very first time, and the people of his senatorial zone obliged him. He was so elected.
Senator Okpebholo is thankful for the support he received from his colleagues.
Your unwavering support and wise counsel have been enviable. And I know I can always count on you for advice as I take on my new responsibility.
The president of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, then officially declares Senator Monday Okpebholo's senatorial district seat vacant.
In line with your letter and the Constitution, the seat of Edo Central Senatorial District is hereby declared vacant.
As he takes his leave for his new Edo East Rising administration, the electoral umpire will in the coming days conduct an election to fill his vacant senatorial seat. Jude Aweke, reporting for VOS TV News Benin.
The governor in the course of the week presented a budget estimate of 605 billion naira appropriation bill for 2025 to the State House of Assembly. The reports. The governor, who presented the appropriation bill at the hallowed chamber of the Edo State House of Assembly on Tuesday, said it is a 25% increase from the 2024 budget. The 2025 budget, which was tagged Budget of Renewed Hope for a Rising Edo, has 223 billion naira dedicated to recurrent expenditure, while 381 billion, representing 63%, is earmarked for capital projects. The governor said the proposed bill is a product of wide consultations and it will ensure accountability and transparency in governance for responsive service delivery to the people of Edo State.
The 2025 appropriation budget is designed to achieve the goal of my 5-point agenda, which are security, infrastructural development, healthcare, food sufficiency, and education. We have also prepared this budget appropriation with the aim of achieving the Renew Hope agenda of Mr. President. Therefore, we have designed the program into the state development plans, which remain the basis of my administration in 2025. Let me at this stage present the high point of the 2025 budget, tagged Budget of Renew Hope for a Rising Edo. Mr. Speaker, the proposed budget size for 2025 fiscal year is 605 billion. This is 25% increase from the 2024 budget.
A cross-section of Edo State residents have expressed mixed feelings on the performance of Edo State Governor Senator Monday Okpebholo. Esosa Omorobe completes the report.
For some, they argue that he has done well in citing several initiatives he has carried out since he assumed the office. They noted that his developmental strides speak volumes of his good work, particularly in the area of road infrastructure.
So good, I see a lot of hands on deck. I've seen that task force, they're already out, they are doing their job. The central part of the state, which is doing good, is already being cleared. You can see it's neat, it's clean so far. With that, I think it's a good head start.
The few days he has spent in office is more or less like 3 years of Obaseki. Not 3 years, 6 years of Obaseki. I must tell you the truth, because if you tell me to rate Obaseki and the 3 weeks he has spent in office,
he's a man of the people. With the way he's ruling Edo State will go to the next level. And I saw so much light in him because he's a talkless man, he's an action man. I've taught so many things. For the visitating Edo line, I praise him.
The man is trying a lot. He's trying a bit because I can say specifically, the first time he was sworn in today, the second day he went and flagged up our road in Temboga, and that is the first in history that the government have come to that area to come and work without I gave him the credit.
Overtry. The man overtry. Everybody know, even small pikin self, blind person even know say the man they try.
He's doing fine. I went to Okpebholo. I saw a very beautiful something. Yes, he's doing fine.
Our governor, the capacity governor, so far so good, excellent. He has done it. He's doing a very great job. Even the very first day he was sworn in, the second day he started work. So we are very happy.
The sign of good leadership in him. There's a good sign.
Meanwhile, for other respondents, it is too early to assess him as there is still much work to be done. Esosa Omorobe reporting for VOS TV News.
Too early now to say that. At least it's not yet time to blame him at all in anything he's doing now. We are seeing the sign of good leadership in him.
To rate him too early. It's too early. We cannot judge. We don't judge by sight or we normally judge by action. As everything starts to unfold, with our prayers, we'll continue to pray for him. He will succeed.
And now to electoral matters. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has outlined significant reforms aimed at enhancing the electoral process, drawing from insights gained during the 2023 general elections and recent off-cycle polls. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu disclosed this on Thursday during a meeting with resident electoral commissioners in Abuja. The reports.
As part of its proposed reforms, the Independent National Electoral Commission plans to introduce diaspora voting and discontinue the use of permanent voters' cards in elections. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu stated that INEC would soon submit these proposals along with other recommendations to the relevant committees in the Senate and House of Representatives for consideration. He also proposed a review of the use of permanent voter cards as the sole means of voter accreditation on election day, citing the introduction of the bimodal voter accreditation system. According to him, voters with existing PVCs can continue to use them, but moving forward, computer-generated slips issued by the Commission or downloaded from its website would be sufficient for voter accreditation.
You're watching VOS TV Weekend Magazine. More reports to come after this timeout. Stay tuned. Don't go away.
VOS TV Nanja.
Warm welcome back. Now to other matters. In the course of the week, the Edo State Command of Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) went on a sensitization work to sue for the synergy of the public in the exercise of their role of safeguarding and protecting national infrastructure and other government properties. The sensitization work, led by the state commandant of the paramilitary agency, Benga Agun, took them through strategic locations in Benin City, the state capital.
We need to sensitize the people of the importance of guiding our properties national properties, that's critical national assets and infrastructure, from being vandalized, from being destroyed.
What we tell people is that they should know that it's one of our common mandate in protecting critical national assets. So anybody found vandalizing such should be reported to us immediately for prompt action.
The Corps enjoins members of the public to report those vandalizing power installations, pipelines, infrastructure, and public utilities. The NSCDC reiterated that it will not relent in discharging its core mandate of protecting national assets from vandals. Moving on, the need for civil society's organization to remain uncompromised and continually serve as voice to the voiceless in the society has again been brought to the fore. This was the cause of the discourse at the 2024 Annual Conference of Non-Governmental Organizations, Congos, held in Benin City. Victoria Okwamedwa reports.
Addressing the audience, Chairperson Mrs. Sabina Idowu Osehibo emphasized the intermediary role of Congos between the people and the government, highlighting the importance of recognizing civil society organizations, CSOs. She mentioned the necessity for consistency, transparency, and ethical accountability within CSOs, urging them to resist corruption regardless of governmental involvement.
Being able to position yourself in such a way that your voice never gets swallowed up. You know, it's very possible for us to lose our voices through compromise. As civil society organizations, we cannot afford to compromise and lose our voices. When we do that, the people we represent will suffer. And we don't want our people to suffer. So it is imperative that whatever we do, we are conscious of that. And for the conference as a body, in relating with government, it has to be done in a very consistent, transparent manner. That at any point in time, you are accountable, both to members of the conference and other stakeholders. So you don't give room, you don't give position for anybody to be able to say this or that.
Professor Eddie Eriagbe highlighted the need for enhanced collaborations between CSOs and the government for sustainable development.
Must be mobilized as critical stakeholders in whatever changes the government at whatever level want to achieve in Nigeria. On their part, members of civil society, no matter the intimidation and harassment that come with undemocratic forces under the present democratic dispensation, should remain resolute. They should remain determined. They should be undeterred, and of course, they should be tenacious. It is in so doing that there will be effective collaboration between them and the government in achieving and sustaining development in our state and indeed in Nigeria. The leadership should always remember that history is ultimately on the side of the good that will always prevail over evil.
Addressing issues as governance, power supply, and healthcare, stressing the importance of good governance, rule of law, and the need to curb harassment, advocating for youth and physical challenged empowerment, further urging a collective stance against societal ills like cultism and ritualism.
Then, of course, they should take up roles that will help address the lacuna in our present democratic dispensation, such as voter education and mobilization. They should, through the specialized engagements of some organizations within the civil society community, address such issues that are imperative for the eventual emancipation of our society. And that they should be more active in mobilizing resources to assist those that are disadvantaged in our society, especially the physically challenged and unemployed youths. So what we are telling, and then they should be pragmatically engaged in the training and retraining of youth, with a view to refocusing them on the importance of the spirit of resourcefulness, creativity, and adaptability to the realities of our time, nurturing and sustaining the spirit of entrepreneurship. And they must mobilize against such vices as cultism, rituals or ritualism, and other forms of anti-societal acceptable norms.
Some executive members and attendees of the Conference of Non-Governmental Organizations in the annual general meeting bear their mind on the need for continuity, what sustainable development is about, and their take-home from today's annual meeting.
We come together to reflect on what we have done, how we do it, and how we can improve. And today was a success, and we learned a lot of things. That the key speaker
the key speaker says, he said that we should learn how to sustain the good work we have started. And we should also learn how to collaborate with the government to ensure that, to hold them accountable.
Sustainable development between NGOs and the government. So you can see the elder speaker who actually took the center stage for today's program spoke eloquently about the need why there should be a sustainable collaboration between the civil society space and also the government.
I'm happy because we are fully on ground, Congos, as you can see. You know, we started this meeting with giving out awards to those that merited it, and which, you know, that can also bring love, bring unity to Congo as a body. You know, now we are entering the AGM to sensitize people, members, on exactly what we are doing, exactly where we belong, how the conference is moving forward. That you know, talking about the sustainability and others.
The essence of this meeting is just to sensitize ourselves as to the fact that government cannot do it all, neither can the civil society group do it all. So we can come together to work.
The event concluded with a moment of silence for deceased CSO members and an award presentation to deserving individuals.
State Director of GPI, Gaga.
Dr. Bartholomew, President of Congos, acknowledged esteemed guests and discussed the significance of the award presentation event.
Another unique thing about this 2024 AGM is that we are not just giving award as in our tradition, but we are actually giving an award to members who over the years, Congo with 17 years this year, these members have been there from the one till tomorrow. They pay their dues, they attend meetings, they participate in programs. These young members, this to serve as moral poster for them, for them to support Congos in all the forms they have been doing. Therefore, I want to thank member organizations for the support you have given Congo over the years. I want to thank all members that we are invited and present here today. I want to urge them to come forward and register with Congo. Once again, on behalf of the Executive Council, I want to welcome everybody this AGM.
Victoria Okpebholo reporting for VOS TV News.
Finally, 10th of December every year is set aside by the United Nations as Human Rights Day, which focuses on human rights role as a preventative, protective and transformative force for good. Victoria Okpebholo again reports that the theme for this year's observance is Our Rights, Our Future Right Now.
In commemoration of the World Human Rights Day, observed globally on December 10th of every year, legal practitioners in Benin City underscore the enduring significance of the annual celebration, highlighting the Universal Declaration of Human Rights adopted by the United Nations General Assembly in 1948 as a pivotal benchmark for global human rights achievements. The practitioners emphasize that the services provided by human rights organizations may be either paid or not paid for, depending on the overseeing body, and they stress the importance of recognizing both the essence and the limitations of human rights.
Well, if you are briefing a lawyer, you brief a lawyer to take up your case, whether it is rights matters or other matters. But there are human rights lawyers, human rights activists, human rights organizations who can take up your human rights related matters pro bono. That's for free. Yeah, there are some organizations like that everywhere.
Of course, there are limits to the right. There's always this saying that there is freedom of expression, but the freedom after expression cannot be guaranteed. So if you go out of scope, like what you are not expected to say, if you go ahead and say it, you understand. So the our law will definitely catch up with you.
Furthermore, the legal experts discussed the crucial balance between the freedom of expression and the right to be protected by the law regardless of status and its boundaries. They noted that while the freedom to express oneself is a fundamental right, it must be exercised responsibly within the limits set to protect the rights and dignity of others.
The essence of the World Human Rights Day is that it gives an opportunity for us, both in the legal community and outside the legal community, to call attention to the fact that there are people whose rights are being trampled upon and the need to protect the right of people all over the world. There's a difference between human rights and fundamental rights. Fundamental rights are legally or constitutionally recognized rights. But human rights are rights that every human being is entitled to by reason of his status as a creation of the Almighty God. And so we believe that every human being is entitled to that decency, that protection of the dignity of his person, his right to be heard, his right to life, his right to freedom of movement, his right to freely express himself. So the Human Rights Day is a day that we call attention to the need to protect the dignity and the rights of all persons all over the world.
This year's Human Rights Day serves as the reminder of the ongoing efforts and challenges in safeguarding human rights and the continuous need for advocacy and education to ensure these rights are upheld for all. Victoria Okpebholo reporting for VOS TV News.
And that is the size of our weekly news magazine bulletin. On behalf of the producer, Jude Aweke, I am Blessing Peter. Thanks for watching and to have a lovely weekend. Bye.